Jennifer, I'm really excited to be doing this work with you. You and I come from, different backgrounds and different stories, but oddly enough, we'd ended up in exactly the same place on the matter of abundance. What is it about the relationship between spirituality, abundance, and energy that is so vital to you?
Well, I feel like abundance is so important to so many of us who are doing something that we love and want to create money doing it because I've done the other thing, which is having no money. And I know how stressful that is for people when you don't have any money and you're trying to fund your mission, you're trying to do what you love on in the world, and you don't have any money to do it, and you're struggling to pay rent, and you just feel constrained. And also, when we have money, we can fund our mission. If you're trying to fund your mission with no money, it's super hard.
I have a common experience, right? I have had a period of work where I was relatively successful doing things that had no meaning to me and no depth, and just got tired of that and went through a period that I chose to go through of poverty, and what it was real poverty, and came out of it with a different relationship to money and career and earnings and all that kind of thing in pursuit of my passion and my higher purpose.
Well, I feel like chasing money is super easy because I had jobs in the computer science world where the money was easy. The only problem is I was super depressed because I knew my heart was telling me this isn't why you came to planet Earth. Abundance to me, part of abundance is actually your heart's engaged in your life.
There's an interesting thing that you say in your books, and you've said to me when we're in conversation, which is be careful about the law of attraction, because if I got it right, if it's superficially misunderstood, it doesn't work.
I've been so frustrated with the law of attraction, especially in the past, where I'd do the mantras. I'd like, oh, I'm all relaxed and peaceful. I see the new car in the driveway and the house that I want. And I have this like people coming to me for sessions and money's just flowing in and it never worked. Even if we do the mantras, it doesn't necessarily make us in vibrational resonance with what we want to create.
Ah,
We can meditate on the new car or whatever, but it doesn't necessarily create the energy field that's a match for that. And I believe that a lot of that is just getting rid of the stuff in the way, like your stories, like I'm not good enough, I don't deserve money, live in poverty because my parents did, I'm bad with money. Like there's just tons of stories that we're all
you're
running.
saying you got to do the work. I always ask my coaching clients, first thing in, tell me why you're on the planet. They go, oh, we're starting there, are we? Yeah, we're starting there. And it's okay if you don't know, I'll help you figure it out, help you find it. Or if you know, let's talk about why that it maybe isn't happening for you yet. So that's a question of purpose and meaning. And I think part of what we want to be able to teach participants in our course is there's a direct relationship between your relationship with money, the energy of all the abundant things you want in the world, and whether you live in your higher purpose or not. And part of what we want to be able to show people, I know because we've been talking about it, is how to take the energy skills they already have. These are actually not new skills, it's a new application of existing skills. Now, you're right. To get to that, they have to go through their stories, scrape off the barnacles, create new stories that are more positive. But I think that's the way to get past the irony of that. And my hope is that people who are already very good with energy in their own chosen way to serve and heal can be much better and successful in their own practices.
Yes, and that was part of my frustration in the past is I had all these energy skills, but I couldn't apply them to money. And
Right.
I almost felt hypocritical because I'm thought, well, if I have all these skills, why can't I use it to manifest and create financial, abundance?
And one of the stories in our movement, right, is that poverty is a virtue,
Hmm.
right? And that somehow if you're a healer of any kind, you shouldn't be abundant. But maybe that comes from the old tradition of monks and nuns and the religious sort of spiritual background from way back. But it's certainly not true in my opinion, and certainly in my experience. People are carrying those stories. Then we're going to explore that and say, well, how do you change that story?